Good morning. I want to talk today about mental health. I'm very open about my mental health struggles. I use social media to connect with other people in the mental health field and advocacy. And I've noticed one thing, that the majority of support that I get is from women. And that's great. I appreciate it. It really doesn't make a difference whether it's a man or a woman that's giving support, because support is support, right? But what gets to me is how few men are open about their mental health. I look at the mental health advocates, I look at the mental health support, and it's all geared towards women. And I find that so interesting because there's this stigma about men and mental health. And I feel like, yeah, it's wonderful to get support, but sometimes it feels like I'm preaching to the choir. And I wish that there were more men out there that were open about their struggles, and to have a male perspective. Because there are lots of men out there who suffer from mental health issues who are afraid to speak out, especially publicly when they do it on social media. And I don't know the answer, so I guess I'm calling for men out there to be more open. We need more men to discuss mental health, because the bottom line is that men are more likely to carry out suicides. And part of that is the fact that men don't talk about their emotions. They don't talk about what's going on because of the fear. It's not masculine to talk about your inner emotions. And I talk about it all the time, but this is life or death, man. This is life or death. And right now, this is like suicide prevention. As somebody who's lost many people to suicide, many males to suicide, it's serious to me. So part of taking care of myself is being honest with my mental health. And like I said, support, it doesn't matter whether it comes from a man or a woman, but it just feels as though some days I'm the only one out there putting myself on the line. And I hope that there's a man watching this that knows that you can be open. Nobody's gonna, make fun of you, or that it's okay. There's people who care and people who understand. And I think a lot of it is the fear of being vulnerable. But that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you human, right? There's nothing wrong with a man talking about his feelings. There's nothing wrong with a man being vulnerable or sensitive. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you feminine. It makes you strong. And I like I said, I don't have an answer. I'm just hoping that to connect with more males who suffer from mental health, because there's so few of us. I don't think I know of any on my Instagram that are openly advocating for the mental health who are males, and I may know 2 or 3 on my blog, and that's about it. And when men do talk about mental health, it's kind of in private. Maybe they'll message you or they'll take you to the side. And I think it's time to be open about this, because there's no shame in it. Having depression or bipolar or autism, I'm on the spectrum, and it took me a long time to kind of come to terms with that. But there's no shame in it. It's like having any other kind of illness or sickness. It's just the way that we were born and the way we were wired. And we don't break the stigma until we talk about these things. So I'm going to continue to talk about whatever's going on with me, because it helps. But I just hope that it reaches guys out there. And again, I'm not looking for comments. I'm not looking for likes. All I hope is that maybe my words are reaching somebody. Maybe there's a guy out there who's suffering from depression and he feels alone. And my only hope is that he can maybe see what I'm doing and maybe feel less alone. But I think that we need to get better as a society, as men, of taking care of ourselves mentally, because there's so much mental health struggles out there, and depression that's not talked about. And as men, we have to stop shaming other men for being open about their emotions. There's nothing weak about that. There's nothing weak about that at all. It's brave, and I hope to be able to connect with more males in the advocacy field. So, thanks.